What's up, people? Welcome to the channel. In this video, we're going to take a look at the coolest tool I got in my garage. We're going to take a look at the XTool D1 Pro. Alright guys, so go ahead, open up the box here. Real nice packaging by XTool. Over in this box, they're going to give you some sample material to use, which is nice. Bunch of stuff in there. And then in this box here is your quick start guide. And then they give you a pamphlet here of all ideas of things to do with your XTool machine. Then we'll go ahead and take a look. As you guys can see, I got the iodized red. Looks really nice. Alright guys, so that's everything out of the box. And this is what it looks like put together. So I'm not just going to show you guys how to put this together. There's tons of videos online if you guys want to see that. Even XTool has a video on how to put together. It's pretty easy though. You're just going to pretty much screw all four of the sides together, and then you're going to go ahead and put the middle piece in there, and then the rest is just wiring it. You're going to end up running a laptop for this, and then I end up getting the air assist and a couple other attachments, which I'll show here in a second. But I just want to jump into what this is capable of doing. And I've been using this now for the past 2 weeks. Never used a laser engraver before. And once I got my hands on this, I was super excited to test it out. And over the last 2 weeks, I've done so many different projects. A lot of signs. And then I went ahead and did some coasters and stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what this is capable of doing. And like I said, I just scratched the surface. Sky's the limit with just being creative, what you can do with this. Now, a couple of things that the D1 Pro laser comes with. This is a 20-watt laser, just so you guys know. It comes with a nice little tool case here. So you're going to get all your screws, SD card you're going to use with this. It comes with this tool, and this tool I put the whole thing together. It's actually a pretty decent quality tool. And then they do give you some protective lenses here with a nice case. But something else I end up getting with this is the air assist. Now the air assist is going to allow you to pump air into where your laser is engraving or cutting, and it's going to help so that it doesn't burn the wood. And here's a good example of when you use air and when you don't use air. So here's the one of the first projects I did, and you guys can see right along the edges there, you get a little burning going on. And this was a test I did with no air. Now I did the same exact project on this side, and I actually used the air assist pump. So as you guys can see, pretty big difference. You don't get any burning. On this side, I got some burning. So it does help. Now this can be sanded off, but it's just more work after the project's done. So you can still use this without an air assist. It just comes out a lot cleaner the first time through with the air assist on. And this is what the air assist looks like. Not very big at all. It's got some nice rubber legs on the bottom there. I've been using this the whole time, haven't had any issues. They give you all the fittings. You got some push fittings down here. You get all the air line, and you're going to run that all the way to your laser here with another push fitting. Now you can go ahead and zip tie this down like so. I just kind of got it dangling here because I just feel like I'd rather have it being free so there's no tangling or anything like that. And it's been working fine. I've done tons of projects, as you guys will see here in a second, but it seems to be working fine, and it really does help with the projects. Now the XTool does have an antenna down here, so this can be ran wireless, or you can actually use USB. It's got the power button there. This is for your power connection, and then this is going to be to run to your laptop or computer. I've been running it wired through my laptop here because I've heard that it's just better to run it this way. You don't get any kind of errors or anything like that, and you got a straight hard wire to your laser. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to do a project with you guys just so you guys see how easy it is to use this machine. Like I said, I just started using this 2 weeks ago. First time ever using a laser engraver, and I gotta say it's been a really good experience so far for my first time. So here is the XTool Creative Space editing program. This is what comes with your XTool. So as you guys can see here, I got a little image. This is the Buffalo Trace logo image here, one of my favorite whiskeys. All I did was I went to Google and I searched it, found an image, downloaded it to my computer, and then what I did is I went up to images here, pulls up all your images, and then you just add it to your editing software. So what I want to do here is I want to engrave that in that piece of wood there, but I also want this to have a circle around it. So over to the left here, they have a bunch of different options. Let me see if I can zoom in here. Yeah, so they have a bunch of different options on the side here. You can add text, you can add shapes, you can insert a square, triangle. So you guys see there, rectangle, circle. That's where you upload your image. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna click on shape here. And then you guys got a bunch of shapes you can choose. I want to grab this circle here. So I grabbed the circle and added it to the editing software there. And then I can grab the corner of each one of these circles, and then I can go ahead and make the circle bigger here. So I'm going to grab it, drag it over here, and then I'm going to go ahead and make it bigger. And then I'm going to go ahead and center this up. Now I want to make sure that this circle isn't bigger than the piece of wood that I'm going to be engraving on. Alright, so we got our circle there, and I want to know how big this circle is. So I'm going to go ahead and click onto the circle, and then if you look up here, it's going to say how big the width and the height of that circle is. So I want this to be closer to 7 inches. So I either can type in 7 inches, or I'm just going to grab this corner and shrink it down a little bit. And then I can go ahead and center this. And then you can look back up here. Now we're under 8 inches. Now if I click off of this, and then I click the Buffalo Trace emblem. Now there's, when I click on the Buffalo Trace, as you guys can see it outline that. And then that's going to tell me how big that is. And also when you click on that, it's going to give you options of what to do with it over on this side. So I do want to engrave this. So I got engrave on there. It gives you the power. I'm going to turn this power all the way up to 100. There's the speed. I'll leave the speed at 80. You can put in how many passes you want. I'll leave it at 1. So that's going to be engraved. And then I'll go ahead and take the circle, put the circle over it, center it up. And then when I clicked on that circle, it's going to give me an option of what I want to do with that one. I don't want to engrave it. I actually want to cut this. So I'm going to click cut. I'm going to turn this power all the way up to 100. And it does have presets here. So here's the material presets. Sometimes I use the presets, sometimes I just go ahead and put it in manually. I've tested the thickness of this plywood, so I kind of know exactly what the settings need to be to get this to cut. And then I'm put how many passes I want in there, put everything, set everything up, and then it should be ready to go. So pretty much that's the way it's going to look. The purple line is going to be the cut. As you guys can see, it's purple and it's clicked on cut. And then the Buffalo Trace I highlighted there, and it is put on engrave. It's orange, and then those are all my settings. And then if I ever wanted to add something, I could go over here. I could add text or some more shapes to it if I wanted to. Add another image. But I'm just going to leave it like that. Now we're going to go ahead and set up our laser over there. Now to set up the laser, pretty easy. Just put it over your wood here. I usually put it on the edge. But first you want to drop this handle here, and you want to make sure that this bottoms out on the wood to get it as close to the wood as possible. So you go over here, you grab this thumb screw here, and that's going to drop it down. Now it's bottomed out on the wood. So then we're going to tighten it. And then you want to go back over here and then flip this back up. Then usually after I do that, I either center it on the piece of wood or I put it off to the side, the farthest corner here. And you're going to come back over, turn the power on. You'll see the light kicks on there. I got my computer hooked up and everything. As you guys can see, it's got the red crosshairs on there. Then we'll go over here, we'll hit process. And then it's going to pull up the image. It's going to tell you the estimated time. And then we're going to go ahead and frame it. Now it's showing here that the framing is going to start in the top left corner. I can change this if I wanted to by moving it to different positions. Now it's saying it's going to start right in the middle. So it's just a matter of preference. You'll probably use different start points with different projects. I'm going to use the top corner there. And then we're going to go ahead and frame it. So you're going to go ahead, click on framing. And what framing is going to do is it's going to frame it to let you know the area that it's going to cover when it does its etching. So after you hit frame, you come over here, hit the button, and then you'll see it's going to frame it out. So the framing is going to tell you exactly the area that the XTool is going to be engraving and cutting in. So after you do that, come over here. Super easy, framing complete. You're going to hit start. After you hit start, you're going to click that one more time. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and turn on my air assist. So the air assist is on. You can hear it. Not very loud, but you definitely can hear it a little bit. Alright guys, got my protective glasses, gonna put those on. We'll hit the start button. And it's gonna start doing the engraving, and then usually the last thing it does is it'll cut it out. So while this is engraving, I'm gonna go ahead and open this door up, get some ventilation in here, and then what I like to do is I'm gonna grab this fan and I'll put this fan up here, aim it down, and then sometimes I even put that fan over there on just to get some cross circulation in here, but that should be good enough. Go over here and we'll look at some of the projects I got that I've already done. So this is pretty cool, guys. For my first time using this XTool laser engraver slash cutter, this is everything that I've done so far. And I probably only maybe screwed up 2 of the projects, and everything else came out really, really well. So over here I got a cork coaster, another image that I just grabbed off the internet, but really, really nice. Came out real good. I like it a lot. That's what the cork coaster looked before and then after. Then I went ahead and picked up some slate coasters off of Amazon. So I got a total of 8, and then it came with this nice little holder here. But this is what they look like before. And then after I put in my little idea, I went ahead and created Man Cave. And then I also put a high gloss clear coat on top of that. But as you guys can see, it turned out really, really nice. Did another one over here. Family, friends, and beer. On this one, I just put a little bit of a gloss on here. This one's like a really high gloss. This one I did, this has a satin finish on it. But as you guys can see, the laser engraver did a great job. Really detailed. Even on this one, you can see on the more, you got like the double lines there. I mean, the engraving is just really nice. I'm really blown away at how well the engraver works. The detail that it pulls out. I mean, just look at the edges of the flag there. But did a really good job. And all I had to do was just, like I said, center up. I did the circle and then centered it up. Here's some of the signs I did. Grabbed this image off the internet. Then I just typed in DIY guy and scored that out. And then all these signs were actually cut out. This is just all scrap plywood that I had laying around that I used also. Here's another sign I did. Like I said, did all the cuts too. And it's just scrap plywood, just sanded the face of it. And then these were going to be all my practice projects, but everything came out great. I was so surprised. I did a little plaque to hang in my garage, to hang my keys to my Impala on there. Another image I just pulled off the internet. Here's another Impala sign there. And then I also did acrylic. I cut out acrylic on this, and I did little keychains for my keyring on my keys on my Impala. So pretty much just put the Impala logo in there, and then I added the little nub there on the end to wrap my keyring around. But this is black acrylic I got off of Amazon. Super easy to do, guys. Here's another one, the classic Don't Tread on Me. I mean, look at the detail in that flag. I mean, it just blows me away. And this was cut out too. Here's another one that's just really amazing. It does portraits too. So this was a picture of an older Impala that I found on the internet, and I just had it engraved. I engraved it on this board. This is the basswood that comes with the kit that XTool provides for you. But I mean, look at the detail. So if you want to do like a family photo or something like that and engrave it, I mean, just amazing the amount of detail that this thing can pull out. Just amazed. Here's a Milwaukee tool sign here. I did a man cave sign here. Added all these borders myself. This is all just created with the text that it provides in the XTool editing software. Here's another project. This is like my very first project. Wasn't perfect. As you guys can see there, the wrench got cut off. I didn't center it right. But this was my first project with it, and I went ahead and stained it and everything. So I thought it was pretty cool. And then I went ahead and did a sign for my buddy here. Little split sign. It's got the W up top, the name on the bottom. Cut it out all with the XTool. I mean, just did a really good job here. And then last but not least, I went ahead and built a box. Yes, even cuts out all the panels be able to build a box and put a box together. So I went ahead and cut out all these panels. There's a box program on the internet for free you can get. You can design any size box or shape or anything. You can put a lid on it, whatever you want to make. But I went ahead, designed it, then had the little tool, wrench and the screwdriver. I etched it in the front there, glued it all together, and I use it for my pencils. So just a really, really amazing tool. And like I said earlier, guys, the sky's the limit what you can do with this. Just a matter of how creative you want to be. And a great way to make some money on the side for maybe a side hustle, or to sell signs or make signs, custom signs for people, gift ideas. I mean, who wouldn't want a cool coaster for their man cave? My buddy across the street, he's a car guy, and he's the one that gave me the idea for this. So I'm sure he's gonna want one of these, and then probably a nice little keychain. But just amazing what you can do with this tool. I was blown away. Super, super easy to use it. I mean, I was up and running within probably 2 hours. It took about 30 minutes to put the thing together, and then just start plugging pictures in to the editing software and start making stuff. Alright guys, so the XTool just finished up its project. I'm gonna head turn off the air pump, and we'll check it out. So go ahead and lift this up, move it out of the way, and we'll see if this cut all the way through. Hopefully it did. Alright, clean cut all the way through, and there is the final product right there. So really, really, let me zoom up here. Detail is just crazy. Looks really, really good. And then you can just stain this, paint this, clear coat it, whatever you want to do. It's all up to what your preference is. It looks really, really good. Alright guys, so there's another one in the books. So as you guys can see here, tons of stuff I did over the last 2 weeks. Super easy to use this tool. And like I said before, depending on what you want to do, how creative you are, you can do coasters, signs, portraits, whatever you want. You can do it for yourself. You could sell these. Just, I got the box over here. Almost forgot about that. I mean, it just, whatever you can come up with, you can create it. And that's awesome. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for this one. I do have another attachment by XTool. This is the rotary attachment 2 Pro. So what this is going to be for tumblers, glasses, stuff like that, so you can engrave on those. I'll probably do another follow-up video showing you how this works. I haven't tried it out yet. I've been just using the tool to do the engraving and the cutting and everything. Probably use this next just to see how this works. So if you guys are interested in that, you guys got any questions or any tips and tricks about this, maybe you guys already have one of these, let me know in the comments below. I just really think this is a really awesome tool. There's so many things that you'd be able to do with this. So hopefully you guys found this video useful. I'll put some links in the description box below if you guys are interested in this tool. You can go to their website, or you can go on Amazon. They got some stuff on Amazon also. But if you found this video useful, smash that like button. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Till the next one, guys, I'll talk to you later.